Mrs. Scheidel-Mantel and Dr. Wellman, to our lower school Dean of Student Life, Alex Velasco, our lower school Assessment, Instruction, and Learning Specialist, Ms. Ford, to Ms. Godwin Minto, our photographer, to Nurse Quitney, to Mrs. Peterson and Mrs. Clark in the lower school office, and to the Poly building and grounds crew. And of course, most of all, to Mr. John Brocker, our head of school.
I would like to invite up Kieran Chan, Ethan Friedman, Rowan Singla, Claire Hecker, Jack, and Harper, please.
Good morning, I'm Kieran Chan. On behalf of my parents and the other 5th grade Poly room parents, Mr. and Mrs. Friedman, Mr. and Mrs. Haga, Mr. and Mrs. Hecker, and Dr. Singla, we'd like to thank everyone for coming to our lower school promotion. We're so happy to celebrate in person with all of you today. That means no virtual backgrounds or side Zoom chats. We get to see one another as we reach this important milestone together. Many people have made this day possible, and we'd like to take a moment to thank them. First, a huge thank you to Mr. Brocker for leading Poly through this very challenging year. To Mrs. Martin, thank you for helping us navigate all the transitions between distance and in-person learning. I know that it was a tricky year, and we are grateful to you for your leadership. Of course, we cannot forget Nurse Quitney. Well, in the past, a visit to your office has often ended with a Band-Aid and a pat on the back, or on a lucky day, a lost tooth box. You stepped up meaningfully this year to keep all of Poly healthy and safe. As a small token of our deep appreciation, we would like to present you with these gifts.
Hi, I'm Ethan Friedman. We'd also like to thank Ms. Velasco for keeping our lower school community connected during this very challenging year and for making 5th grade student council so much fun. To Ms. Ford, thank you for all your hard work behind the scenes, planning curriculum during distance learning. To Ms. Wu, we appreciate all your hard work this year and thank you for making it possible for all of us to be here to celebrate today in person and together. To Ms. Peterson and Ms. Clark, thank you for the million little things you do every day to keep us organized and informed. A big thank you to the operations department for setting all this up today and taking such great care of our school. We'd like to recognize your efforts with these small gifts.
Hello, I'm Rowan Singla. We'd like to give a shout out to all our special subject teachers. Thank you for bringing art, science, theater, music, dance, and language into our lives every day. I can imagine that was particularly challenging to teach this year, but we are so thankful for your efforts. To our PE coaches, thank you for keeping us active, even when we were on Zoom, and for giving us the license to bounce around our living rooms only to tell our parents it was schoolwork.
Hello, I'm Claire Hecker. I have the pleasure of thanking our amazing Poly teachers. We know that it took more than just our 5th grade teachers to get us to this special day. We want to acknowledge the help of all of our teachers from kindergarten to 4th grade. This really is a day to celebrate all the teachers in the lower school and the special role they have played in our lives. This year we were so lucky to have a fabulous group of 5th grade teachers who worked so hard to really get to know each and every one of us in our small pods. They made sure we kept learning and growing even over Zoom so that we'd feel confident and prepared for middle school. To Mrs. Breen, Mrs. Manikoff, Mrs. Munoz, and Miss Chu, thank you for a very special year. We will always remember it and we will miss you. It is certainly not enough, but we would like to present you with these gifts from the Polly's class of 2028.
I guess this is kind of low. Confident, talented, energetic, and leaders are just a few adjectives to describe the class of 2028. I wish all of you the best in middle school and will miss you very much. As I watched the video montage this weekend put together by your parents, I got a little teary-eyed because I vividly remember the majority of you as small kindergartners. My, how time has flown by. Watching you grow over the past 6 years has been absolutely amazing. You are a very special group of students, and I feel so fortunate to have been a small part of your life in the lower school. Your class is one of a kind, and I could stand up here and talk about you forever, about all of your accomplishments, but I will let some of you do that instead. This year's promotion is special because we will hear from 4 of these outstanding students. All 5th graders interested in speaking at today's promotion put their names in a drawing a few weeks ago, and 1 student from each pod was selected. It is my pleasure to invite Sienna Haga, Robert Panosian, Julian Russo, and Karina Kim up to reflect on their experiences during their time in the lower school.
Do I just read it? When do I start? Today, I cannot see your smiling faces under those masks, but I know that they're there. I expected this ceremony to have all of us on a screen in small boxes, but luckily, we are blessed to be together to celebrate this big transition into middle school. When we all showed up here in kindergarten, we were tiny strangers with huge backpacks. Now our backpacks fit correctly, and I'm looking at close friends and families who I've had the honor to get to know. With that in mind, I wanted to share the stage with all of you today. So I wrote a speech in which I mentioned each of you by your name and a quality that I admired. Unfortunately, it ran well beyond my time limit, so I'll provide you with the highlights. I talked about how many of you are kind and caring friends. I mentioned how smart you all are and how you make a learning environment we all share an exciting place to be every day. I looked up to many of you, figuratively, and in the case of Lucy and Maggie, both figuratively and literally. We have done a lot of things during our time in the lower school, including Little Red Hen, Rebel Girls, and surviving distance learning. Unfortunately, time didn't allow me to talk about how some of you are drinking coffee, wearing bathrobes to class, and teaching us words that we don't need to learn in the classroom. In the end, I realized that you are what makes Poly especially great. Poly gives us an education, opportunities to try different things, and great teachers. But all above, it gives us unique friendships and friends who become family. I'm so proud to be a member of the class of 2028. To my peers, as you leave here, I'll offer you some advice for your celebrations this evening from Poly's own rebel girl, Julia Child. A party without cake is just a meeting.
Good job. Good job.
Good morning. My name is Robert Panosian, and I am in Miss Chu's 5th grade class. I have been at Poly since kindergarten, which may not sound like a long time to most of you out there because you're older than me. But the last 6 years are more than half my life. That's a long time to reflect upon because every moment at Poly has been meaningful to me. We have such caring teachers and school administrators that take the time to really get to know each of us. I also value the friendships I've made with all of you and missed everyone very much while Zooming from home. But now we are back and stronger because of this experience. Hopefully, it's just once in a lifetime. As I think back on the many events that we enjoyed together, the highlights for me were the kindergarten field trip to the zoo, the book fair, and Olympic Day. The zoo is always fun, but to explore and laugh with 45 friends makes it even more memorable. Even the stinky flamingos are pleasant when you are laughing with a friend. The seal exhibit was also a memorable one because it was lunchtime, and watching them being fed as a kindergartner was a pretty cool thing to see. The book fair is the first time that I felt responsible for using my own money to make purchasing decisions. You get a taste of adulthood when you have to live within a budget despite having thousands of choices of books and gadgets. I had to make some tough calls, but I think I did well. Some of my favorites were the Dragon Master series, the Fly Guy series, and the Inquisitor's Tale. The class of 2028 loves being competitive, and Olympic Day was the best way to get all the energy out of our bodies. 3rd grade Olympic Day was my personal favorite because we didn't have to compete with masks on and had more competitions. 5th grade Olympic Day was very exciting and a close one. The battle was intense, but of course, Orange prevailed. Go Orange! As I transition into middle school, I feel eager, excited, and anxious at the same time. I am excited to meet the new students and teachers. I look forward to having a locker of my own and being able to use the vending machines. I'm excited to go to Lake on Fridays with friends. I know the homework load will increase and the classes will be challenging, but I'm confident that we will all get through it just fine. And as Kobe Bryant once said, great things come from hard work and perseverance. No excuses. Thank you, and see you all in 6th grade.
Hi, I'm Julian Russo, and I'm honored to talk to you about my first 6 years at Poly. Reflecting on my first day of kindergarten, I clearly remember not wanting my mom to leave when she dropped me off at school. Thankfully, my teacher, Miss Rosenblum, you now know as Mrs. Rogers, found a way to make me feel better and helped to make my first day the start of my great Poly Lower School experience. I love first grade with Mr. Buchanan. I loved my teacher, my friends, and my 5th grade buddy. First grade was all about making connections, and this is when I really started making friends, which made school even better. I also started to read, actually liked solving math puzzles, and had a great time learning to perform for the Little Red Hen. Once I was in the 2nd grade, school started to feel like school. With Miss Grogan, we started learning multiplication, how to do research, and created a cool portfolio that we got to share with our parents during the last week of school. My favorite field trip was going to Dodger Stadium, where we met Justin Turner and got to run all over the field. In 3rd grade, my friend group continued to grow. I felt like I understood multiplication and division, even the dreaded bar models we were introduced to. We learned the names and locations of our 50 states, about our families' histories, and I got to be Derek Jeter for a day for our wax museum presentations. I also learned how to play the violin and strings with Miss Scheidemantel. We had our first moments on the Founders stage with our play A Wrinkle in Time. I played the part of Calvin and loved every minute. Mr. Hiller was new to the poly scene in 4th grade. He jumped right in, helping us to tackle the rigor of 4th grade homework, California history, fractions, decimals, and creative narratives. Though our year was cut short for in-person school, Mr. Hiller made sure that we made the most of every day and helped us to work through all of the challenges of the first 2.5 months of distance learning and missing friends. For the first 6 months of this school year, we continued virtual learning with Miss Breen. Even though at times it felt like we were on a spaceship alone, we worked hard to connect with different fun activities and projects, especially our sugar cookie baking marathon. When we finally got to go back after almost a year, it was weird being on campus. We were all so excited to see each other, and even though we had to stay 6 feet apart and wear masks, we had a great time running on the field, playing fun games, and laughing with our classmates. I love being back at school, and I'm so happy to end my lower school experience in my classroom, not on Zoom. I am looking forward to going to middle school, to meeting new friends, huge lockers, and lake on Fridays. Thank you to all of my lower school teachers for making my first 6 years at Poly the best K-5 experience you could have. 6th grade, here we come.
Good morning. My name is Karina Kim, and I am in Ms. Munoz's 5th grade class. Though this year has been very different from previous years, it was still a great one full of new experiences and meaningful memories, just like my past 6 years here in the lower school. I remember my first day of kindergarten. I was really excited to start real school, but when I got there, I felt a little nervous, as many of you may have felt. Seeing some familiar faces from preschool and the warmth of my teacher, Miss Rogers, made me feel more comfortable. By the end of the year, I had made many new friends and really enjoyed Friday dance parties. In 1st grade, I felt like a big kid because I had my own desk. I was excited to wear a uniform, though I'm not sure exactly why, and learn how to read and write. Because of Miss Ryan, math became one of my favorite subjects. 2nd grade was a great year for me because I love my teacher, Miss Almaty. By then, I was already sick of uniforms, but I was excited to learn about multiplication, which would come in handy for years to come. 3rd grade was an exciting year for many reasons, one of them being we got our first new student, Simone. We also had drama class for the first time, and we got to perform a play, A Wrinkle in Time. I was chosen to be Meg, the main character. As Meg, I had to hug my dad, who was played by a boy in our class. It was absolutely horrible. No offense, George. In 4th grade, we welcomed 2 new students, Eric and Mira. 4th grade was special because we got PE lockers and changed into PE uniforms. More uniforms. That year, we also got to swim during PE. It was so much fun, especially in the hot weather. We played a string instrument in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade with Mrs. Scheidemantel, and I chose to play the violin. I remember the first time we had strings together this year. Our class joked that the people walking by must have lost at least one ear, and if not, their brain. Luckily, we improved over time, as you heard this morning. Overall, we learned many things, including how to follow others, how to learn from each other, and how to teach each other. This year was unique because we spent the first part doing distance learning. It was probably difficult for everyone, especially our new student, Aiden, since he didn't know any of us yet. It was a relief to go back in person. As some of you know, I spent the first 4 months of 5th grade in Korea with my family. Because of the time difference, I watched recorded Zooms. It definitely was a different experience that was sometimes difficult, but Miss Munoz made it easier by checking in with me every day. I feel that my time in Korea helped me learn to work independently and be more assertive. I am sad to leave behind 6 wonderful years of lower school, but I am excited to start our journey into middle school. Even though I'm sure middle school will be hard at times, and there will be challenges. We will all get through it because this year has shown us that together we can get through anything. Thank you.
I would like to call up Mrs. Breen now.
I am so happy to take this mask off, I can't tell you. All right. Good morning, everybody. Most especially, good morning to my 5th grade pod. Today, we are celebrating you, so very happily doing so. I know that everybody is smiling with anticipation of summer just hours away, and I'm grateful to be standing here in person to share in your excitement. Breen Pod, you are an inquisitive, determined, resilient group with many talents who thrive on social interaction with boundless energy, which was especially evident with our 2.5-hour baking marathon that we had on Zoom. But it is your kind hearts and your generous spirits that have made your 5th grade class pod of 2021 the cohesive, collaborative community that you are. You faced the challenges of distance and hybrid learning, and then happily adjusted to in-person instruction and were officially unmuted. The Breen Baker 12 was more like cheaper by the dozen because you supported each other as one big, generally happy family. Together, you helped to create and compose our Zoom screenshots for theme weeks, like Pet Week and Dress Like Your Teacher, which was definitely an eye-opener. You presented, performed, and participated on and off Zoom. And with the support of your families, your teachers, Miss H, Nick, and of course Chad, you have more than succeeded in completing this year. You will soon venture down the hallway to the brave new world of middle school with its bigger-than-life lockers, advisory groups, Big Bear Trip, dances, and countless other new opportunities. As you do, I ask you to remember to look both ways with an open heart and an open mind. Welcome your new classmates with that same wonderful energy and kindness that have made you the special Polly Pod that you are. My soon-to-be 6th graders, you are our future, and our world will be a better place because of it. And I hope that when you think of 5th grade, you will always remember, as I tell my class every year, once mine, always mine. Congratulations, 5th grade. And as my pod loves to say, let's go. Congratulations, 5th grade.
Mrs. Breen's pod, please come line up at the stairs. Okay, Miss Breen's pod, let's give each other a little space, please. Isabella Asper de Tyson. Rebecca Avina. Una Donor. George Hollingsworth. Emmett Joannou. Mira Mavis. Jack McAniff. Mateo Rangel. Julian Russo. Lucy Schmoke. Eleanor Yohalam.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Ms. Chu, and I am so honored to be standing here today to witness and to be a part of such a great milestone in all your lives. To my Chu Pod, I've told you many times before that 5th grade was a special year for me in my own life and has a special place in my heart. So I feel extremely fortunate and lucky to have been able to teach 5th grade this year and to be your teacher. I know this year was unlike any other, and at times it was confusing, frustrating, and overwhelming. Yet, each and every one of you exemplified a type of resiliency, perseverance, and positivity that made this otherwise difficult year actually so amazing and wonderful. I've seen each and every single one of you really step up, take ownership and responsibility over your own learning and growth, like studying real hard for those math tests, all while showing love and compassion for each other and yourselves. You each possess so much strength, creativity, and empathy that is literally every teacher's dream, and mine. It's been a humbling experience for me to be your teacher, and I'm excited to know that you will all go into the communities that you're a part of and do good. And I know you will all inspire others around you to take care of the world the way you do. There'll be times in the future when things will be challenging, but I believe you all have the skills to navigate through them like you did this year. You also have incredible parents and families that will continue to support you like they did this year. So I want to take some time to acknowledge and celebrate them because for all they've done to get you to where you are today. My hope for you is that you'll never lose your love and passion for life, learning, and caring for others. You know I love quotes, so as Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. I hope you all continue to grow your voice and go make this world a better place. Thank you for allowing me into your lives this year. I truly believe every single one of you have so much to offer. Thank you and congratulations.
Ms. Chu's Pod, please line up. Desmond Cassidy. Kieran Chan. Izzy Giovanoni. Vanessa Lynn. Ashlyn Motley. Lily Pack. Robert Panosian. Anna Pisano. Maggie Schultz. Aiden Shi. Eric Juan.
I was told I only have 2 minutes, so I need to be really quick. So that being said, you did it. Great job. Peace out in middle school. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If this is your first time hearing one of my speeches, I just want to warn you that I throw some inside jokes that only my class will understand. So if you feel completely confused half the time, welcome to my life during a pandemic. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of the parents who were literal teaching partners this year, and to the students who rolled out of bed every morning, put on their uniforms, well, just their shirts actually, because they kept their PJs on for that pandemic chic look. And some of you even climbed a tree to learn. Without your drive and support, we would not have made it through this year. But most of all, I would like to honor one important key of our success this year: the mute button. Without it, I wouldn't have made it through all of the curriculum as planned. Oh, and your dogs. I will most definitely be missing your dogs. My 5th grade class, wow. I took the time to reflect on the year we've had together, and it feels like we've been riding a roller coaster. We've had our highs and our lows, terror with excitement. We experienced all the emotions. It has been the adventure of a lifetime. And while we might not be able to understand this experience right now, one day we will see how much stronger and resilient we are because of it. I have no doubt that this class is going to move mountains one day, even if it's forcibly so by a bendy ruler. A teacher has done their job when the student becomes the teacher. Some of you made my brain hurt so much during lunch, or for your riddles. And let's not forget the passion behind our debates. We have some natural arguers, debaters in this class. Every single one of us brings individuality, independence, strength, and a uniqueness to the community. I will miss you all next year, but I have no doubt you'll be back to visit me because you know about my secret candy drawer. And I'm not trying to bribe you to come back and visit me, I'm just saying. Now, go and make your own destiny, because booma booma, that's how we do. Thank you.
Mrs. Madnikoff's Podge, you may come up. Let's give each other a little space. Thank you, guys. Matthew Babcock. Kinsey Chang. Abe Coer. Graydon Felgner. Ethan Friedman. Mask off. Madison Gaspard. Sienna Haga. Claire Hecker. Peyton Michaels. Amari Miller. Eleni Rodriguez. Rowan Singla.
Feels good to be up a little higher. Oh, I'm so sorry. That very moment was just a very small glimpse of what the beginning of the school year was like, or should I say 2/3 of the year. And I don't know how it happened, but somehow I was also reminded to unmute even when the students returned to campus and we were in class. Being unmuted was like a school bus falling from the sky, wasn't it, 5th graders? It was very unlikely. But your gracious attitude, your patience, and kindness helped me get through it all. And for that, I am grateful. In all seriousness, I'll start again by saying welcome and thank you, family and friends, to this very special day, the day in which you get to witness and watch in amazement and listen with awe at the young people who accomplished so much this year. 5th graders, you accomplished what almost seemed impossible. You managed and navigated a year like no other. You learned so many new skills. You worked hard, and when things were challenging, you persevered. What I'm most proud of is the chance you gave yourselves to see failure as an opportunity to grow. From those experiences, you became that much more resilient and eager to do better, to know more. Throughout the year, you reminded me of Maya Angelou's words when she said, "Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better." And you did this with such grace and determination. But not only are you wonderful scholars, but you're also good people. Although socially and physically distanced, you managed to connect with each other on a much deeper level. It was hard to keep you apart, but your playful and welcoming attitude
created a safe and happy place for you all. During lunch, the joyful sound of your laughter was a constant reminder of your care and love for one another. It was also a reminder that new sounds were being added to the ASMR collection. Impress on the world your generosity, kindness, sense of humor, and love. You are all a wonder, a positive, brilliant light, capable of shining good onto others. Parents, thank you. Thank you for your partnership and ongoing support. Without your generosity, kind words, and care, we would not have been able to accomplish and overcome the challenges of learning during a pandemic. To the ballerina, the baseball player, the surfer, soccer player, drummer, Minecraft player, and the biggest Star Wars fan I've ever known. To the dancer, the basketball player, the baker, the softball player, the human sound machine, and gymnast, you are every good thing. Congratulations, class of 2028.
Ms. Munoz's pod, please join us up at the stairs. Kevin Arredondo. Kate Asperger. Harper Doyle. Jamari Fernandez. Simone Jospe. Ethan Kim. Karina Kim. Oh, take your mask off. Asa Martin. Michael Pitsakis. Mason Slater. Kalia Whitney.
Once again, congratulations, class of 2028. You've done a great job. During the coronavirus pandemic, as you know, we were under a stay-at-home order. So much of our learning had to take place at your homes instead of on campus. Nevertheless, as a community, in many ways, we became closer, despite having to remain 6 feet apart when we eventually returned to campus. I'm sure that you agree that this past year has been difficult. We are living through a unique time in history, the COVID-19 pandemic. For years to come, Historians will write and talk about the experiences we've had, the struggles we faced, and the many ways, working together, we succeeded during this pandemic. You and your families deserve much credit for this success. What have we learned from this unique experience? One thing is obvious. When things don't go as planned, we must find other ways to accomplish our goals. But more importantly, it is how we handle disappointment and meet our challenges that builds character and further strengthens our ability to succeed in life. Together, we saw the best of us during this challenging time. It wasn't easy, but you helped make sweet lemonade out of sour lemons by working hard, doing your best, and keeping a positive attitude. All of you should celebrate your accomplishments and be very proud of yourselves. Working with your teachers, parents, and others, you have achieved the first of many goals. You have completed one half of a journey to a high school diploma. As you prepare to enter the middle school, it is natural to think a little bit about your past experiences in the lower school. You worked hard and accomplished much in your time here. On this day, I celebrate your accomplishments. You are accomplished readers and writers. You have become proficient at math, learned how to think like scientists, and have become acquainted with many of the world's regions, customs, and history in your social studies classes. You have created beautiful pieces of art, performed musically, and learned much about physical fitness and wellness. No matter what subjects your lower school teachers taught you over the years, what they were most concerned about was helping each of you to become the best person you could be. Most importantly, I believe you have learned what it means to be responsible and respectful people, good citizens of your school and your community. Your Panther Pod has really appreciated your good leadership and will miss you next year. You have learned your lessons well. In closing, I hope you will allow me this one last opportunity to give you some advice to take with you to the middle school. Yes, I give the same advice to every 5th grade class because it's really good advice. Work hard. Things won't always come easily to you, and they shouldn't. What is worth learning is worth working hard for. Don't let frustration get the best of you. Persevere. Ask for help. Keep trying. The payoff will be great. Be humble. Yes, you are smart. You are talented. You are athletic. You are a lot of great things, but so are a lot of other people. Be humble about your accomplishments and be quick to compliment others on theirs. You will be respected and appreciated by others for this attitude. Smile. That one seems silly perhaps, but it is important. Maintaining a positive attitude will go a long way towards helping you to make new friends and feeling good about yourself. You'll be amazed at how much better the world looks and how the world looks at you when you have a smile on your face. Be courteous and respectful towards adults, towards your peers, towards yourself. Good manners and a respectful attitude will take you far in this world. Find the best in everybody. People will show you eventually. Just keep looking. And lastly, follow the golden rule. Do unto others what you would have them do unto you. I will miss you. Good luck. Continue to spread your good humor. And again, congratulations.
Good morning. Take a moment and look around you. More people here in front of me than I've seen in one place in about 15 months. Let's start with a special round of applause for our scientists, for our healthcare workers, for our frontline workers, for our teachers who made today possible. I also want to thank Ms. Martin, Ms. Velasco, Ms. Ford, and of course, Nurse Whitney for everything they have done the past 15 months. They have reinvented themselves in the school in ways that none of us could have imagined when we sent out our first letter over a year ago in March of 2020. Of course, we and you couldn't have done it without your parents, who recognized their new role in your education. Alongside of all of you, these grown-ups refused to give up on the year or you. They understood how the learning you would do would look different, and how this unexpected change was an incredible opportunity not to be ignored. Of course, there were bumps along the way, and you saw your teachers and your parents as human, capable of making mistakes, showing frustration, and at times being sad. You also saw the thrilling part of being human in these same grown-ups. They're able to laugh at their mistakes and to learn alongside you. So how many times did your teachers or your parents forget to unmute themselves? How many times did they try some new program that failed catastrophically, but they recovered? They also showed how quickly they could turn frustration into confidence, and how they can find happiness in little things. We probably heard a lot about pivoting or flexibility or patience over the last year and a half. But my favorite is resilience. You see, resilience is not just being able to endure something that is difficult. It's the ability to find lessons in adversity when things are hard. And once things change to the better and become more familiar, it pushes you forward in exciting and new ways. My hope for all of you that this year has ingrained in you the courage to take on the challenges ahead, and there are many, the confidence to know that you are capable of wonderful things, and the kindness to look at your classmates and the grown-ups in your life with care and grace. You have a fabulous adventure ahead in middle school, and I can't wait to see what you become. Thank you. I think it's time to dance now. Thank you.
It is, as Mr. Brocker said, time to enjoy the 5th grade dance. So if you please will direct your attention to the screens and enjoy.
We are so happy to see so many people here tonight, and we especially like to welcome all the parents and family members who have chosen to join us at the Polytechnic School Sing. We do sincerely hope you all enjoyed the show, and please remember, people, no matter who you are or what you do to live, thrive, and survive, there's still some things that make us all want to be. You, me, them, everybody. Everybody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody to love. Someone love. Sugar kiss, sugar kiss. I need you, you, you. I need you, you, you. I need
grade. You want to watch it again? I loved it. At this time of the promotion, we normally welcome a very special group of first graders who just adore our fifth graders. But since they couldn't be here in person, they prepared something for you. So please turn your attention to the screen for a message from your first grade buddies.
First graders enjoyed spending time with our fifth grade buddies this year. We wish you the best in middle school. We sang you a song to let you know how special you are to us. If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you find yourself lost in the dark you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. When we are called to help our friends in need, you can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, yeah.
Let's put our hands together for our entire school community. It has been a year. Let's give everyone, all of us, pat on the back and a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We are going to dismiss by pod, starting with Mrs. Madnikoff. You can go to greet your families. Have a great summer. Mrs. Munoz Pod, you can greet your families and have a great summer. Mrs. Chu's Pod, you can greet your families and have a great summer. Mrs. Breen's Pod, you can go to see your families and have a great summer. Thank you, everyone.
Good.
Yeah, all good. Yes, what time is it?
10:09.